this incredible idea about, it really just came from dreams. And I mean, were you just thinking this whole concept of dreams? And I mean, there's been always a discussion of what we think in our dreams we can manifest, or what do they mean? Is that really where it all came from?
I've always been fascinated by dreams, really since I was a kid. They're incredibly personal, but it's a universal experience. We all dream all the time, you know, but it's an incredibly mysterious process. So it felt to me like you could really make an interesting movie that embraced the world of dreams and used it as a playground for a, you know, a large-scale sort of action story.
And how then did you sort of get that idea of this sort of espionage story as well, in a way, corporate espionage, but changing people's minds?
Well, I've been working on it for a while, but about 10 years ago, I just fixed on this idea that if you could remove the barrier between people's dreams, if you could share a dream, then you'd be creating this very valid alternate reality in which if you fight with somebody, if you fall in love with somebody, whatever, these things would have meaning. And so it becomes a, it invests the dream space with reality and with importance. Where would you take that? Well, I thought the interesting abuse of that would be sort of a heist movie scenario, a team of people who use the access that sharing dreams might give you to somebody's subconscious to be able to steal something from that person or manipulate that person.
And I mean, not to mention it opens up this incredible visual world for you. I mean, was technically this the most challenging thing you've done? I mean, some of the scenes in this are unbelievable. This
was technically the most challenging film I've done, with action on the biggest scale and traveling the world, shooting in 6 different countries. But I was very fortunate that through the Batman films I put together a very, very wonderful group of people and technicians who are really able to give me a lot of confidence that I could challenge them with extraordinary challenges, and they would rise to it and find a way to do it, and they did at every turn. I was absolutely flabbergasted by some of the things that these guys were able to pull off.
I mean, it's interesting you did travel so much, because I suppose you could have created a lot of it on a computer, but you actually did decide to do as much as you could without the CGI, is that right?
Inception is founded on the idea that dreams feel real while we're in them. The story can't work otherwise. And so, to me, it was very important that the way we shot those dreams would be as real as possible. So we really wanted to shoot on location and not ever allow things to be gratuitously surreal or feel very visual effectsy. We really tried to always shoot something in camera that, even though we would then take that and twist it, there'd be a tactile sense of this is a real world. This is a world in which you can experience pain and so forth. This is a credible action playground in a way.
And I mean, incredible ensemble cast as well, amazing cast. And you spent time with each of them talking, and this was very much before shooting, is that correct?
We certainly spent a lot of time, myself and the incredibly talented cast, talking, rehearsing, going over the script. There are a lot of complexities to the characters that these guys are taking on. I mean, primarily Leonardo DiCaprio having to really be the emotional center of the film for people, really pull them through the story. So I spent a lot of time going over that stuff with Leo and getting his take on the emotional truths of the character. But also Ellen Page playing Ariadne, you know, she really has to be a guide for the audience. She asks all the questions that the audience, you know, wants to ask and so forth. And that's a very, very tough job for an actor to do, to make that a real person and not just a device. Joseph Gordon-Levitt had incredible challenges in the film. A lot of very physical challenges, you know, having to do a bunch of stunts in zero gravity and manipulated gravity.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he did an incredible job, and every shot, I think apart from one tiny little shot, is him. He wouldn't let the stunt guy do anything. He's really an incredible performer.
Wow, that zero gravity, you really did create it, like NASA would or something like that? Is that how you created that sort of scene?
We decided to do the sequences in which gravity changes or is manipulated in camera. And so we built these sets, really based on what Stanley Kubrick had done in 2001, which I was fascinated by as a kid. Built these extraordinary centrifuges that, you know, took the idea of how gravity works in 2001 on the spaceship, but put it in an action context, sort of a fight scene set that way, which turned out to be a lot harder than we thought. But Joe was particularly dedicated to getting in shape for it and really being able to do it. And the stunt guys working with him, they really pulled off some pretty remarkable things.